Yes, she is back. Reese Witherspoon just announced with Prime Video the new show called Elle. This series will take us on a journey back to Elle Woods' high school days before she became the most famous Gemini vegetarian to graduate from Harvard Law. We can't wait to get to know her better.
Did you know Blake Lively almost joined the Legally Blonde universe? Yes, Blake Lively, the fashion icon, internet favorite, and self-proclaimed script whisperer, was reportedly in early talks for a prequel to the beloved franchise. And not just as a background character, but as Elle Woods' newest rival. The idea? A stylish, sharp-tongued antagonist who would clash with Elle before revealing a surprisingly softer side that on paper, it sounded like pure Hollywood magic, a glossy, blonde versus blonde showdown that practically sold itself. But behind the scenes, things weren't so pink and sparkly. Insiders say the drama kicked in before contracts were even signed, because, well, they never were. Still, Blake allegedly began sliding into writers' inboxes with ideas. Bold ideas, yes, but ones that insiders claim felt a little too self-serving. She reportedly pitched changes that expanded her role, demanded flashier spotlight scenes, and even suggested rewrites that shifted the emotional core of the story onto her character. The problem? Those changes risked overshadowing the very heart of the franchise, Elle Woods' fearless optimism, wit, and signature sparkle.
I believe in this, and that's why I'm standing up for it, and that's why I'm not being difficult. And then there are other moments to go like, am I the asshole in the room? Like, what is happening here? I would show up on a set. I knew that they just wanted me to show up and look cute and stand on a little pink sticker where I'm supposed to go and say what I'm supposed to say. But I also knew that that wasn't fulfilling for me, that I wanted to be a part of the storytelling, that I wanted to be a part of the narrative, whether that be in the writing, in the costume design, in creating the character. And sometimes I had directors or producers or writers who would welcome that and invite that once they saw that I was able to offer that. And sometimes I would have people who really resented that because they were like, we just hired you to be an actor. Yet when I went in the meetings, I would just seem like I'm just there to be the actor and ready to get the gig. I wouldn't reveal that I actually need to have authorship in order to feel fulfilled. So I think that for them, sometimes that might have felt like a rug pull because you're like, you're trying to assert yourself into something that we didn't hire you to do. And so it was a really strange position to be in because I felt like I don't want to just be an actor. Like I want to.
What started as subtle hints quickly grew into bold demands. A character that was meant to play second fiddle suddenly began to look more like a co-lead, or worse, a rival star. Writers and producers were reportedly left stunned. Blake, who has long been admired for her charm and confidence, seemed determined to take control. In one brainstorming session, insiders claim she even arrived with printed script pages, complete with her own highlighted notes and rewrites. She wasn't just pitching ideas anymore. She was presenting a whole new vision. In Blake's version, her character wasn't a simple foil to Elle Woods. She was reimagined as a misunderstood disruptor with a dramatic arc, a Miranda Priestly style powerhouse, but with a late redemption twist. Bold. Absolutely. But the problem? It didn't feel like Legally Blonde. This franchise has always thrived on Elle Woods' bright optimism, playful humor, and unstoppable sparkle, not the darker tones of morally gray redemption stories. For the creative team, Blake's vision wasn't just unexpected, it was jarring. And it raised a serious question. Could Elle's pink, glittering world even survive such a drastic rewrite?
Sneak peek of Mindy Kaling's script. I know it is under lock and key, super secretive, but give us something to go off of.
We don't have a script yet. It's
How
just funny.
Crazy to revisit and play that character again.
I know.
How is she different today?
I don't know. And so many things have changed, but then some things are just so.
What started as a cheeky comedy suddenly risked morphing into something darker, a brooding showdown between two morally gray women. It was a direction no Legally Blonde fan expected, and certainly not what Reese Witherspoon had envisioned. As both the face of Elle Woods and the producer with final say, Reese quickly sensed things were shifting. At first, she stayed diplomatic, politely hearing Blake out and leaving space for what she thought would be harmless creative input. But soon it became clear Blake wasn't just suggesting ideas. She was trying to steer the entire ship. Tension began building in the writer's room. Insiders compared it to Blake's recent behind-the-scenes clashes on It Ends With Us, A film plagued with delays, rewrites, and creative disputes over casting and style. Now, those same habits were resurfacing in a franchise far too beloved to gamble with. Reese, ever professional, kept matters private but recognized the red flags. Fans didn't want a gritty rival drama. They wanted Elle Woods in pink power suits, armed with wit, charm, and snappy comebacks. And Blake's proposed rewrites weren't just disruptive. They were threatening to rewrite the very soul of Legally Blonde 3. Soon, the energy shifted. Meetings grew less frequent. Emails went unanswered. Calls became vague. And behind closed doors, the quiet decision was made. Blake would be eased out. No headlines. No public scandal. Just a firm step back. The moment she was gone, the atmosphere changed. Writers could breathe again. The script was stripped back to its core, with Elle Woods firmly at the center, exactly where she belonged. Reese reminded the team of what made the franchise endure. Light, witty, empowering stories filled with sparkle, not heavy power struggles, but Hollywood talks. Word spread quickly that Blake's name was gaining a reputation, not just here, but also on projects like Barbie, where she was reportedly dropped during early talks. A pattern began to emerge. Blake entering development, pushing for bigger roles and more creative control, often before contracts were even signed. Some saw ambition. Others saw sabotage. Meanwhile, Reese's leadership only strengthened her reputation. She protected Elle Woods as fiercely as Elle herself would argue a case, ensuring that Legally Blonde 3 remained true to its DNA. Thanks to her steady hand, the franchise avoided what insiders jokingly called a pink sequined bullet. And now, with the project back on track, the message is clear. Elle Woods will return exactly as fans remember her: sharp, witty, empowering, and unapologetically pink.